Welcome
to Mrs. C's channel.
Yes, hosted by the anniversary couple, Mr. and Mrs. C. Boom, 20 years, honey, high five.
Should you give everybody a warning now that you're just going to talk this whole video?
There's going to be a lot of talking. This is more of a podcast today, more than usual, because we got a lot of viewer questions from last week when I asked you guys to provide us with some anniversary marriage relationship questions. This is a little bumpy, but I've got us organized. I've got all of the questions that I could find in the feed. I've got them all printed and organized, so I'm going to try and keep us on task, Mr. C. And what that entails is these questions, when asked, I'm going to divert to you to answer the question because you're more precise and less fluffy with your words. Okay, so
What we got here?
oh my,
Yeah, you lost.
what was that, like a shelving
I don't
unit?
know, but I would have never went back to get it.
There was no need to return. Okay, yeah, move on. But I've got us organized, I think, in categories, and then under each category, I got the questions numbered. Okay, so buckle up, like literally buckle up, and let's get to it. First, Mr. C, this is I'm going to start with some easy questions. All right?
Okay.
Question number 1 from Michael_CS. Are you going to cooperate in this video? And will there be side-eye?
Cooperate? Side-eye? Got my sunglasses.
I know, he's keeping them eyes hidden, so we will not be seeing when he rolls them eyes. So, thank you very much. Great question, Michael_CS.
Sorry you hate me.
Why? No, that you're going to cooperate. It's
Michael didn't like me.
no, touch and go. He knows this is just not right up your alley. I get it. Number 2 from @4051A. Well, first of all, viewer, congratulations, you just celebrated your 50th anniversary. That's 30 more years than us, honey.
Oh,
50 years. Can you see it? Do you see that in your future?
I don't know.
Okay, the question is, what are you doing for your anniversary?
I don't know. My wife's planned it all. First time in our life she's planned something.
I'm not a planner. I like to stay home.
She'll just stay home and never go anywhere. She'll talk about wanting to go somewhere, but
I can't commit.
so this is like the first time ever that she's actually did. Maybe when we first got together, you might have.
Maybe before kids, but there's so much at home to take care of these days. So it's hard to get away. But yes, we are headed to Nashville, Tennessee. I gave clues. I said it's going to be a grand old time.
Oh boy, that's pretty sneaky.
I said that it's within 5 hours from Nashville, Indiana. And I said that the name was revealed in the episode because I said Nashville, Indiana. So Nashville was the clue. All right. So we're going to stay at the Grand Ole Opry Hotel. And I scheduled massages tomorrow.
Like people's gonna touch me.
Oh, that's like on every vacation. This is the only time that we slow down, recharge, reset. So that's on the menu for the weekend. And maybe a little, I don't know. Last year when we were in Vegas, we got massages too. And then we ate and we went to some shows. I doubt we go to any shows this weekend, but
we seen the magic guy.
yeah, David Copperfield.
I didn't even know he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's a little weird.
Okay, so there you go. That's what we're doing. Thank you. Good question. Okay. First category is anniversary. Kind of just one question here. From @Dean Miller.
DM.
Huh?
DM.
So Dean Miller. Mr. C, have you ever forgotten an anniversary in 20 years?
Never.
And if so, what was the reason of doing so, and did you make it up?
Never
And
have.
how?
Never have. You know why?
Oh, wait a minute. Not the rest of the question. First, Dean Miller, congratulations. He's celebrating 47. He just celebrated in December 47. So
Good job.
a lot of veterans out there. Yeah. Okay, so why have you never forgotten an anniversary?
because you programmed it in every vehicle we've ever had for the door and lock code. Can't forget it.
I was going to say that, but I wasn't going to tell people how to get into our vehicle. It's a pretty popular passcode. Thanks, honey. Thanks. And who's the bright one in our relationship? Okay.
No, I already thought about this.
Oh, you did?
We have cameras. We can see who's stealing our stuff.
But I think that what he was asking, has he ever forgotten? No. He always knows the date.
Always tell about the flowers I got you.
That's what I was going to say. But if your question is, has he ever forgotten to give me a gift for our anniversary?
It's a gift of me.
He remembers, huh?
The gift is me.
He is the gift. So I've gotten flowers on our first anniversary and on our 20th. I know, because I knew about the flowers, so they weren't a surprise.
Credit card, and she's like, oh.
Yeah.
She already knows.
It's hard for him to get any spending past me.
I never have time to go anywhere to go physically go out and buy them.
No.
But I did on Wednesday, didn't I?
Yes, you did. So on our first.
What was I doing on Wednesday?
On our first and 20th anniversary, you got me flowers. They're beautiful. Insert a picture here. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next category, Mr. C. This question I'm kind of inserting because, there's my other questions. Falling from the rooftop here. Okay, those first two questions took 6 minutes, honey, so we're going to have to move a little faster.
Heaven forbid you put out a longer video than 20 minutes.
No, I'm happy to do that.
People want to go to sleep, and it would help them.
CC Scott would make that comment. If you need to fall asleep, this is your video. CC Scott.
ASMR or something.
That means, but this next question comes to you from Logan Pickett at Logan Pickett. Did Mr. C get you a new car for the holidays or for celebration?
Sure did.
We got us a new vehicle.
We sure did.
We did. I'd been talking for quite some time about moving away from the truck because I'd had that for 13 years. Not that specific truck, but I'd had a truck model for 13 years. And I needed something a little more lower to the ground, a little more cushy, right?
Sure.
Okay. And we got a Jeep because we can only get Ford or Jeep. So we went to test drive for the first time a Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and they made us a deal that we couldn't even turn down, trading in that Raptor truck on it. Could you? You didn't even bargain.
No.
That's unheard of. Mr. C didn't even he didn't wheel and deal. What was wrong with you? It was that good, right?
It was.
It was that good. So I kind of felt like we stole it. To be honest, they even called back the next day and had me come back to get more money back from them because there was a new rebate that came out the next day. That's great service. That's great service. Okay. But why I wanted to bring that up was because we're in a new vehicle and because Mr. C is currently wearing out the massage. What?
It's under warranty for 3 years, babe.
Babe. He's wearing out the massage option. He's got it up his back and on his rump. I don't even turn it on because I must have too much cushion in the rump because I can't ever feel it. But Mr. C, if he falls asleep.
Well, the car drives itself. See, we're in a turn right now. I don't have my hands on the wheels. Look at it.
But, so there's two captain's chairs back there and then a big cargo space, which is very similar to my truck, except it's like shelled in. So I'm very happy and very comfortable. I do not miss a truck, and I thought I would. So yes, we did buy a.
Okay, move on.
Okay, I gotta make sure that I let you answer the questions. Okay, let's move on to the next category: dating. Questions from viewers about dating, and I'm just gonna list the names that asked this same question: Rhonda Sweeney, Domangs 8232. Thank you. Terry McDonald. Thank you. Max O'Bara, my pal. Peter Jones. Okay. Question is, Mr. C, how did we meet? That is the question. How did we meet?
Your grandma hooked us up. Right?
Mm-hmm. Grandma, his mom and my grandma were best friends. She actually tried setting him up with every other cousin before me. That's true. Is that not a true statement?
Maybe, but I never.
He never pursued any of my cousins.
I went on a blind date.
Was that your first and only blind date?
There was no Facebook to look up pictures of people back then.
Yeah, that's shocking and very unusual behavior from Mr. C. Meant to be. But where did we meet? Where did we meet for our first date?
Like where we had dinner in the parking lot.
Both.
We had dinner at O'Charlie's, but did we meet in the Walmart parking lot or something?
Sam's Club parking lot. And what was so special was...
I can't see in the mirror there, hon.
Oh.
We're trying to drive safely.
Okay. What was so special about that was that we both pulled up with blue vehicles. You had a 97 F350 single cab, blue. The color blue that I'm wearing today. And then I pulled up in a, what was it, an 04 Mitsubishi Eclipse 5-speed. Was that what sold you? Is that I was driving a 5-speed?
Oh, sure.
Well, weren't you impressed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I could drive a 5-speed. So, blue vehicles, Sam's Club, Cheddar's for dinner, and then he drove me around and showed me construction projects that he was working on in Bloomington. Boom. Another question. From 1957 Free. Where did you work when you were dating or when you got married? So what were we doing when we met for a living?
Running heavy equipment. Moving dirt.
So you're an excavation company working for your dad. Okay. I was working at UPS in Indianapolis, so an hour and a half north. I was a supervisor in the industrial engineering department of UPS on special assignment that sent me down to Bloomington when we first started dating, and then I never left. Also, coincidence and meant to be. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That Bloomington of all, I was supposed to do like 30 UPS centers in the state of Indiana on special assignment, and Bloomington was the one that brought me closer to Mr. C.
Airline buggies.
Using them people. He's always looking around when we're traveling for construction. Oh, you're yawning, are you not?
Oh, yeah, I don't have to. I can go to sleep. I got my massagers on.
That's what I'm afraid of. You're gonna zone out on. So that's what we were doing. We were both in careers when we met. Good question. Oh, I love this one. This one is more memorable to me than our first date, and it was our second date. Mr. C, what did y'all do on the second date? And this is asked by Jerry Kelly.
Second date? I don't know.
You want me to give you a clue? The first date was in...
I come up and see you.
You did. You came to Indianapolis, and where did we eat?
The melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
And you paid for it.
And I paid for it. I think that's very... Was that special? Did that mean a lot to you, too?
Well, I'm still paying for it now, but just because we have a credit card, we think we have free money. How many of your previous cars did we buy too?
Okay, I'm the money manager.
You wasn't very good at managing money.
I didn't have money to manage, honey. I was doing the best I could. I was, dealing with student loans. I was making a really good paycheck. I was eventually going to pay for that dinner. I'm sure I eventually paid for that dinner.
And the 3 previous cars that they, yeah.
That's because I didn't know how to bargain when I would go and get a car. I would never counter offer on a vehicle. I just trade it in and roll it into the next vehicle. And yeah.
I say when I paid off for about 4th vehicle, I paid off all 4 of them at once.
CFO of CNC Equipment. Am I not? You're the CEO. CFO gives you budgets and you don't adhere to them.
Always. Never buy anything you can't afford. Don't borrow money.
And that's why we recently clashed on the current project.
I didn't borrow money.
Yet.
You know, we've been driving for 2 hours now, right?
Yeah.
So we have like a couple more hours to go, but if we're in something else, we'd be here by now.
I love a road trip. Like, I can't wait till we stop at the next gas station.
Buc-ee's!
See?
Flip that around real quick.
Yeah, I did. I sure did. So if you were in another mode of transportation, you would be just looking at the top of Buc-ee's.
No, we'd be looking at the Nashville skyline right now.
No, I love a road trip though. I don't like to fly either. I will fly, but this is so much more comfortable than them very narrow window seats or aisle seats. So, anyway, I was going to try not to bring that project up because I don't want it to change.
There's nobody watching anyway.
I don't want it to change the direction of the weekend.
You're in charge weekend?
Yeah, my in charge weekend. Don't bring me down, Mr. C, don't bring me down. Just a couple more questions in this category. Asked by Jeff Albee, 1921. Who did the chasing when you guys met? And did you play hard to get?
Do what?
Okay.
The chasing? There's no chasing.
Yeah. Who did the chasing?
We don't play games.
When you guys met?
No games.
And did you play hard to get?
We don't play games.
No, I wouldn't say at all. The other way I might word that is we both chased each other. Yeah,
That's
because
the case, we would never caught each other.
Huh? No, I'm saying
chasing.
no. I'm saying that like you put in as much effort as I did. Like you drove up to Indianapolis a lot to see me. Was it only 2 times? I thought it was more than that. But you drove up a lot to Indy, which was a big deal for you. And then I definitely drove down a lot to Bloomington. What's wrong? Especially when my special assignment started in Bloomington with UPS. So that happened very quickly. Okay, this one's for me from Proud Papa 88. He makes comments often. Was Mr. C as bashful as he seems today back when you were dating? He just seems like the bashful type, LOL. I would never have labeled Mr. C bashful. I would say that he just doesn't, he may come across as shy because he's so limited in his words, especially back then. Just, he doesn't waste time with words. But and one of the things I was most attracted to was his confidence back then. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he was a confident person, but he didn't waste words.
This is a battery plant.
What kind of battery plant? Like interstate?
Electric car vehicle battery plant.
Oh, like EV?
Yeah, I think Ford. I think it was a Ford deal. That's humongous.
Sure is. How do you know that though if it's not labeled?
Because I looked it up once.
Okay. And where are we?
South of Louisville.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is the last question before we take a little break, and make it. You're welcome. Everyone's welcome. Everyone, take this time to go use the restroom and get a snack.
The next clip is.
So pause it. Pause it. Okay. This one is user FR5FZ6VV6Z.
We don't need to give all that stuff out there, huh?
I just want everyone to get credit for their questions. What was the most crazy, silly date you two ever had?
Don't know.
You don't know?
You tell me.
I did have more time to prepare, and so I did. I think you'll agree. It was when we were dating. Clinton and I used to buy campers and fix them up and turn around and sell them. Flip them. Yeah. We did that maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a truck slide-in camper and we took off to Nashville, Indiana. So just like 30 minutes away from home, and camped overnight. And we're not big drinkers. We're not big drinkers. I'm not saying we don't have a cocktail from time to time, but this was before kids. And we were talking so loud. You were making fun of the guy that was trying to unhook next to us in the dark.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you were.
And then he tried to start a fire.
And he tried to start a fire. I mean, just hooting and holler we were. And we're in the like over the cab of the truck.
That's good.
The next morning when we wake up, we look out and they were right there. Weren't they?
It is a campground, huh?
It is a campground, but when we were hooting and hollering and making fun and you were giving them a hard time and talking loudly through the screen, we did not realize how close they were. You don't think that? That wasn't silly?
Okay, honey, that was really silly. Wow.
Well, you give me an example.
I don't know.
That was really funny.
Okay.
That we just took off. We camped 20 to 30 minutes from home, and we had just the best time.
We took that down to Gatlinburg one time or 2 times too.
Yeah, we had a slide-in camper for a very long time, and you did put that in the 97 F350, the back of it, didn't you? That's what we hauled it on. That was his baby girl. Is that one of your regrets in life?
Getting rid of it because we had kids. Couldn't haul kids in it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Probably still have it, but I didn't get married. Maybe we should try to hunt it down to like Las Vegas or somewhere.
But wasn't it to a rancher? He had a farm.
He's a contractor. I'm not sure.
I know, and I'm sure that it was a rancher or had a farmer, because I thought tears rolled down your face as he pulled out. You tried to block it out. Okay. I'm sorry to bring that up. To be your Debbie Downer. Next category that we'll hit a little bit later is weddings, workplace, and a couple of closing funny questions. So stay tuned. I had a pretty nice Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Let's do a Buc-ee's haul. What'd you get?
Oh boy.
What was?
These nuts?
What is it?
Praline nuts?
Praline wafers?
Never had them.
No? Are you happy with them?
Maybe.
I got hot pecans.
Hot nuts.
And a OJ. And you got a soda or a tea? Okay, that's our Buc-ee's haul. Now, Grand Ole Opry or bust. Mr. C is in the room resting. Hope you're enjoying this trip with us so far. I am taking this opportunity while he's resting to go get a haircut. How short should I go? It's my annual haircut once a year on vacation. Being such a trooper. Well, who is that? You say. Oh yeah, it's still Mrs. C. This is Flathead Mrs. C. I do not get this except when I go get my hair done. Straight hair. Maybe Mr. C will give you a little tour around the head, but every time I go to the hairstylist, I hear the same thing. I've never seen such thick hair. It's like a horsetail. But it feels so thin and fine when they flatten it. But it takes like 2 hours to do it. Mr. C's getting hungry. How do you feel about this? After you got to look at me all through dinner.
I'm not real sure about it.
Too flat?
Flat hair bridge.
Welcome back. We're on the downhill slide of our anniversary trip. We just checked out of the hotel. We're going to do a couple shopping stops on our way home, and I'm going to break up Mr. C's last bit of questions, our last bit of questions, because I'm losing him, folks. I'm losing him, folks.
Breaking it up when the last clip was just 2 seconds ago for him, even though it was 2 days for us.
I'm breaking it up for you,
okay,
to keep you engaged and involved before I lose you completely. All right, these are wedding questions, Mr. C. You want to hold the camera?
No, I'm good.
Totally different angle. Yeah, these questions.
Yeah.
It's gonna come. So these are wedding questions. First, 1957 Free and T Bix. Let me see what he was.
We gotta do all of those?
They're quick, honey, quick.
I'm sorry,
They wanted
people.
to see a wedding picture. And I'm going to post a wedding picture of us 20 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Because they want to see
keep
what...
moving on.
Okay. All
There's
right.
only 3 people watching now.
Which one of you knew you were going to get married first? Mr. or Mrs. C? Who proposed to who? And
I don't remember
that's
any
from
of this stuff.
Coop Daddy 70 asked.
I don't know.
I, of course, knew that I wanted to get married first, but I didn't voice it first. I waited for him to tell me that he wanted to marry me, and that was in Florida on our first trip to Disney World. I'd never been to Disney World before, Mr. C. I'd never really been to Florida.
You're welcome.
Except for one time. I didn't travel. All I did was travel for softball around the Midwest. So I would say that I knew, but I didn't voice it first. I waited for him to tell me that he wanted to marry me. What is Mrs. C's favorite flower?
I just get blue ones.
It's blue hydrangea specifically, and it was in our wedding bouquet. And I'll post a picture here too. Yep, blue hydrangea is by far my favorite. Okay.
It seems like it's all about you.
Well, that's my channel though.
Oh, okay.
But they're wanting your input too. How did you know? This is from Pat McCat Friend. How did you know you wanted to marry me?
You kind of threw me on the spot. Talking about 20 years ago?
Yeah, how did you know you wanted to marry me?
Because I liked you.
You liked me. Okay. Wow, solid foundation, honey. I mean, was there
What are you going to expect?
Was there a characteristic that you liked about me specifically?
I don't know, smart, funny.
I like that.
Okay.
Hey, see, if I put you on the spot, then I get the genuine reaction. I don't want to give you too much time to prepare. Marilyn Warner, 5871. She's my Texas friend with all the grandsons. As a retired pastry chef, she always asks this question: how big and what was the flavor of our wedding cake?
No idea.
I'll insert a picture here because I could not remember how many layers it was. It was 4, so we used 3 for the wedding and 1 we saved for our year anniversary. Remember how that tasted? Yuck, yuckaroo. But all white cake, white buttercream frosting, all the sugars, nothing fancy. You know this one, Mr. C. This is from J.R. Jenner. Where did you go on your honeymoon?
Jamaica.
It was a cruise. What was the brand of cruise? Do you remember? Princess. We'd never went back on a Princess because then it was all formal dining. Not a fan. We had to sit with
other random people at dinner and talk to them.
Mr. Social himself. I could talk to a stranger.
When I want to go on vacation, I want to be left alone.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay. David CE9HJ.
Okay.
Where was your nicest holiday pre and post children?
Do what?
What was your nicest vacation? Pre-children and post-children.
I don't know.
Or just give me your favorite.
Go ahead and spew it out.
Pre was going to Florida for the first time to Disney World. And then post-children was maybe our 15th anniversary. That's when we went to Hawaii on a cruise.
That was pretty good.
That was really good because we could, we hopped around to the different islands. but we were able to self-guide ourselves once we were at the islands. He likes to be left alone, so we like to travel and entertain ourselves. Okay, that's all the wedding questions. I got 2 more categories with even less questions. No, less questions. But I'm gonna run into this. I negotiated 3 shops that I get to stop.
3.
I did. I negotiated.
2.
The first one was closed because it's Sunday and they don't open till noon or such. So I negotiated 3 stops. My first stop is TJ Maxx.
We don't have these at home.
He said, we don't have these at home. We do have this at home, but it's like a discount store, so every TJ Maxx carries different merchandise.
Oh, I'm sure. I have different trucks go to each one.
So
this one needs some new concrete blocks.
Yeah, we're not in the best part of town. I'm known for that. I don't pay
Maybe I should start looking for a new Miss C. She might not come out of the store.
I might not come. Oh, don't you worry. I'll be back because I have another stop. And then I think you swapped what the second stop was going to be. You want to go to Northern Tool?
Well, I was just going to go while you're in a store here, but I can't leave you, obviously, because you might get mugged.
He doesn't feel safe leaving me. So he's going to sit here on watch while I go in and shop. I'll come out, and then we'll go to Northern Tool, and then my third stop.
I don't need to go to Northern Tool.
I know you don't need to, but do you want to? Because my other shop doesn't open for another hour.
I'll just drop you off in the parking lot over there. It's got to be safer.
All right, stay tuned. Next stop, Northern Tool. Want to see what my TJ Maxx haul was? This is what I got. A shirt and a purse. You know how much this cost me?
$17 plus something.
17. Well, that was, yeah, but I had a $50 gift card from Christmas from a friend.
Okay.
It cost me $12. He doesn't care. He's got only one thing on his mind, and it's tools. Let's go see what he finds. What'd you say?
I need to get a cart.
What do you mean we need to get a cart? What do you need?
My diesel fuel barrel hose is leaking.
Okay.
I need to get one.
I'll go get a cart. I need windshield wiper fluid. The Jeep is saying, warning, check windshield wiper fluid, and we might be getting into some weather on the way home.
Is that what you're going to put in your car?
Yeah. Because my car, does your car tell you whenever you run low on windshield wiper fluid?
Yeah, when you hit the button, it don't come out anymore.
Okay, that thing down there is what we need.
Well, I was going to testing the price. I think I can just make one out of hydraulic hose.
Okay. Do you have the time to do that? So we don't need the cart anymore?
No, we'll find something else to put on.
Are those battery operated? Wow. High price point. Our current haul. Milwaukee items. What'd you find?
Whole small thing, guys lost one or something.
This isn't a podcast, honey. We got action and content activity.
There's a train, get in!
Like home, just like home. Okay. Windshield wiper fluid. Is it just because it's low? It's not totally out, is it?
That's engine coolant.
Oh, okay.
Up here.
Oh, that's where I put it. How much do you think it's going to take of that container?
I don't know. Like that.
Yeah, that's easy access. I asked if we needed a funnel. I would have gone with a funnel.
You don't need a funnel, honey.
Can we go in and buy one?
I would call Crosser back and tell them to give me. We've not used this very much. They must not fill this up.
Maybe not.
It's gonna hold her.
I don't know. When it sprays, though, it sprays a lot. Like it's not conservative. The whole thing?
And it's still not full. They didn't fill you up.
Couldn't have.
It'll hold another quart or two.
Wow.
I got you a present.
Thank you. Driving, I wanted to answer a question back about how I knew I wanted to marry you. What I was most attracted to was your motivation and drive. Back then, that was probably the top trait. I'm not sure. It still is, but you wear me out. So we're going to take these little mini trips to like recoup and recharge.
Well, somebody's not recharged.
He's not. Okay, I don't know if my makeup's a little old, but from yesterday, I may not look recharged, but I feel it. He may look it, but he doesn't feel it. Can you tell us why? You didn't sleep well.
Because I don't get like 3 hours of sleep.
He only gets like 3 hours of sleep because
there's a dragon next to me.
I'm a snorer. I'm a little more congested than usual. Made it worse. So I'm sorry, but I slept really well.
That's all that matters.
So we're headed home one night early so that he can get rest and sleep in his own bed.
It's supposed to be super cold tomorrow.
Yeah, super cold. So we're beating the weather. Okay, so we got 5 minutes before my last store opens, and we're gonna go through the work questions. Okay, real quick. Very similar questions, so I'm just going to give credit to these folks. Jeff Williams, Richard Hedrick, and Jamie Clark. Since you all started working together, how are you able to keep the stresses of life work separate from your home life and not choke each other out?
We do.
We do choke each other out. It does get intense sometimes, and it's hard to turn it off. And how do you keep all 3 different operations going with the equipment shop, welding shop, and truck shop going? How do you do that? Keep it together?
They're just extensions.
Okay.
I don't know.
And
Tucker's kind of in charge of the other ones. That helps.
That helps. How do you handle living and working together? So those, and that is from Jamie Clark. So those 3 questions, and I would like to add, I've done a very good job adding to our answers, is how we keep the peace, how we keep that all going is we have amazing employees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so our employees add a lot of laughter and joy to the workplace. Would you agree?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a big happy family, and I like to give them some credit for that.
Why does that guy have booties on his feet and he's returning boots? I gotta get this right here. You got it right here.
Stop it. Stop
He
it.
has booties on.
I don't know. I don't know why he would do that. Anyways, so those are those 3 questions. Another question, did Hunter, this is from Jamie Clark again, did Hunter get a snowmobile going yet?
Nope.
No.
I think I'm just going to
Buy it from him?
take life by the horns and
Okay.
fix it.
Tim Vorndren, he comments a lot. Is the golf cart going to Florida auctions with us?
Sure is. Not to auctions. It's going. We're taking 2 golf carts, the OG golf cart and the new one.
You're taking them both in the trailer?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
The one's going up above.
Okay. Wow, I guess I should have realized that. But so, and the Bronco, and then the
We're taking
golf
2
cart.
Broncos and OG golf cart. On the way back, we might have to get rid of a Bronco. I'm not sure.
You mean I'm going to drive home separately? News to me. News to me. So those are work-related questions. We only have 1 category to go. It's about as long as this one, and I'm going to go, my store's open.
Please.
We're back on the road. So let's try and, I think I only got 3 more questions left, okay? Well, 1 question has 3 parts, and then 1 other question. So 4 questions. Leaving this vacation, my cat friend wanted to know, what place would you visit that you haven't had a chance to visit yet? What's on the top of your list on a vacation you'd love to take together?
I don't know. Maybe Australia?
Absolutely, Australia's my number 1.
Once again, I can't see out the right mirror, honey.
Okay.
We're coming in congested space. Gonna need to see my mirrors.
Keep us safe, honey. Keep us safe. I would also
I know
say...
you don't know what those are. But...
Side mirrors? No, I don't. I just turn around and look. But I would say Australia too. Heather Lane, I'm coming for you. She's gonna let us know some places that we'd have to see if we came to Australia. Maybe at 25 years or 30 years we can do Australia, because we went so big with 20 years going to.
Yeah.
But did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love getting away together. We do vacation well together. Going back to that question, after reflection, and we were asking how we don't choke each other out, we really don't argue that much about work. when you stay within the budget restraints that your CFO gives you. Your CFO gives you budgets, and when you blow them out of the water, that's the only thing we really complain about. Would you agree?
I never get a budget.
No, you don't. You don't get a budget because you're not going to stick to it anyway.
You don't tell me.
I do tell you. I do. That's the false information. False information. CC Scott has a 3-part question.
Are you sure that's not Uncle Scott?
I know it's not. It would be epic if it was Uncle Scott, though.
I bet it is.
The things he asked do sound like Uncle Scott. Okay, he's got 3 questions.
You're that gullible.
I would. He'd be like snickering behind my back.
Who else would be CC Scott?
I don't know, but I sent CC Scott a package this week to New York, so I hope hope you're a real person. Here, focus on the last 4 questions. If you could write a book about your love story, what would the title be?
I don't know.
It's really deep for you, Mr. C. Really deep.
Don't ever get married? You can't pop up these random questions while I'm trying to concentrate driving a car.
But you can't answer with that.
It's just a joke.
That's hurtful.
It's just a joke, honey.
CC Scott will think it's hilarious. I'm going to say, make it or break it.
I'm not good with off the spur of the moment questions.
No, make it or break it with the Chitwoods. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's a really good question. If you could offer advice to newlyweds, what would it be?
Kind of reverts to the last thing I just said.
Don't get married.
Take your time.
He does not. Take your time, okay?
Have fun while you can, while you're young. Don't rush things.
Okay. Which mine is along kind of that similar lines, is that don't rush into having kids either. Like, that's not necessarily the next thing after getting married. Enjoy each other. Do you think that's good? Because we had kids, Tucker, right a year after we got married.
Yeah, but we done stuff before that.
We did. But I wouldn't have mind another year or 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now we got all the time in the world.
That's true. That's the other side of that coin, is that now we are still young enough to enjoy each other in our time. Okay. Last question from CC Scott. If you could plan a themed anniversary party, what theme would you choose and why? That's it. That's deep.
I'm pretty sure it's Uncle Scott.
I would choose a camo and construction party, because that's just been our life. And throw on some dirt bikes.
Oh, bud, that's red. Flip-flop it. So red, bud.
Oh, that was not safe.
So red.
Semi blew through that. Thank you for keeping me safe, Mr. C.
That's why I can't concentrate on questions.
Last question by Pat, my cat friend.
So it sounds like you have 2 people asking all these questions.
I got 2 friends.
You act like you've got like 15 viewers, but it's 2 people.
Hey, I met Tom and Toby at the shop, and they're my friends, fans, and followers. So that's 4. I got more than you think. And you got to see 1 in person. So hi, Tom and Toby. Thanks for visiting us on Friday. Last question. Focus. This one's deep. Would you rather feel like a potato or look like a potato? And that's from Pat.
I don't get these questions.
Would you rather feel like a potato or look like a potato?
I don't know what a potato feels like.
Okay, well, you want me to answer? I've done most of the answering, and from the beginning, I thought that you were going to dominate this conversation. I would rather, because I look like a pear, so I'm already almost there to the potato. But I would rather feel like a potato sometimes. You keep me so busy sometimes.
You know you're just going to lay in the dirt most of your life, and then you're going to get eaten.
The first 20 years were so busy, honey. I kind of want to be on the downhill slide. You know, you just go one speed, and the trajectory is always up. And I would like to slow down sometimes.
That's how you get into air, is up. And then you live off.
You are not making a project reference right now, are you? Are you?
Oh, I'm just telling you.
Okay. in summary, thank you, viewers, for all your questions. I hope you watched the whole episode. I hope it wasn't too much for you. But we appreciate you guys watching my channel too, don't we, Mr. C?
All 2.5 of you.
We just did the math and there was 4 of you. So thank you guys. There was 4 of you. So thank you. This was a lot. I hope we got all of your questions answered. Oh, last thing, honey. Last thing. I almost forgot.
Oh boy.
Our report card is in. It gave Mr. C the same qualities that make a marriage work, and had him grade us as well. And the results are in. We got the same score.
I can't wait, honey.
Well, first of all, here's Mr. C's.
You send it off to Maury Public?
I don't know why Maury Public would need help. The test results are in.
You are not the father.
No. He gave these, look at his scores. He gave us all A's, a B, and a B+.
Not stupid.
And I plugged them into a grade calculator, and you gave us, his B's were in communication and agreeability. You gave us a 3.62 and A-. The results are in it, and Mr. C gave us an A-. Mrs. C results were in. I was all over the place. I had more B's than Mr. C did, but I had more A+ too. So on average, it gave us an A-, 3.65. But after this weekend, I'm telling you, your agreeability and sacrifice went way up.
That ends tonight.
I know. Back to Mr. C's normal. But I appreciate you being a big old trooper this weekend. High five. All right. But leave your comments below. What score and grade would you give us? What would you give us on a scale of A to F? Rate Mr. and Mrs. C. Be kind. Please be kind. All right. Have a great week. We'll see you back in Indiana. See you at the shop.